Hey guys, Joe with joesphenomenal.com here, and welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some cooking tips and tricks, and find out all sorts of other kitchen related things, start now by subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Today we're going to be cooking broiled blackened salmon with truffle potato puree and a raspberry gastrique sauce. In order to save time, I'm going to link separate videos for the potato puree and the gastrique right up here above. They're both 1 minute videos, so you should be able to get through those no problem, and it'll keep this video a little bit shorter for you.
Excellent! Yeah!
With that being said, let's get into this. You're going to want to have the gastrique finished and the potato puree finished as well before you start the salmon, because this doesn't take very long at all. And you don't want to be messing with all three things at once. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and turn on your oven and start the broiler. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and line a sheet pan with aluminum foil and spray it with some non-stick spray. The next step is to go ahead and put your salmon portions down on your pan. If your salmon portions have a skinny side and a thick side, then you're going to want to line those all up the same way, so you have a chance of cooking them evenly. Next, we'll go ahead and just pat them dry, just to get all the excess water off, because these were frozen portions that I had that I defrosted. Next thing we're going to do is brush on some olive oil. The next thing we have to do is go ahead and season our fish. I took all of the herbs that I was going to use and I went ahead and mixed them together. That way I'm going to have nice even distribution of all of my herbs onto every piece of fish. All of the ingredients and measurements are down in the description area of the video. You can do this several ways. I'm just going to go ahead and just use a spoon. Get them on there. It doesn't have to be super neat. The recipe I made a lot of these herbs, so we don't have to go too sparingly on it. You want to get a nice good amount on there, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of rub it in.
That's what she said. Or he said.
And you want to make sure you get an even coat on everything. Don't forget the sides of the fish too. They're a little harder to get, but you don't want to leave those bare. For this particular broil, we're going to do it a little bit differently. Normally, you put the rack at the very top spot to get the meat as close to the broiler as possible, but we have blackening herbs on our food. So we're going to actually do this on the middle rack, and it's going to be just fine. It's just a matter of checking up on our fish and making sure it's not burning or anything. When you start seeing a little bit of the fat coming out, remember you're going to want to check on this often, because the herbs will burn very quickly. In fact, if it looks black on top, don't worry too much about it. The fish isn't burned. That's the way it's supposed to look, to a certain extent anyway. So we're going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to turn the tray around. The reason we do this on the middle rack is to make sure that the fish is going to cook before the herbs on the top start to blacken too much. We can always move the salmon to the top rack at the end if we need to.
2,000 years later.
Okay, looks like it's time to turn this around. As you can see, that's blackening up pretty good here. You can check the fish also. If you start to see little bits of white coming out of it, that is the fish fat. When you see that coming out, you know the fish is done. So when that's coming out, it needs to come out of the oven, because you're going to overcook it otherwise. Be careful with this because it does cook very fast. The total time in the oven is probably someplace below 10 minutes, maybe 6 or 7 minutes. So be wary of that. Okay, let's check this out. Looking pretty good. You know, you could tell the doneness of any meat by just touching it. You can see how firm it is. The more firm it is, the more done it is.
That's what she said.
Michael, please.
It looks like we are all set. Let's get this out of the oven. Now, those are some good looking salmon portions. Getting hungry. Let's go ahead and get this thing plated up. Okay, we're ready to plate. So the first thing we're going to put down is our potato puree. Then we're going to put down our piece of fish. Then our raspberry gastrique. Now we'll garnish for your fish. Tell me what you think about that in the comments. These flavors go together really, really well. That raspberry sauce really pops and mixes with the flavor of the fish really well. And it's something that you don't normally get, so it's a nice surprise, not something that you're eating every day. I can't wait for you to try this recipe out and see how you like it. In fact, when you do try it out, it would be awesome if you would come back here, leave me a comment, and let me know exactly how it worked out for you. And if you have any trouble with it, go ahead and leave me a message as well, and I'd be happy to try to help you out. Remember, down in the description, once again, all the ingredients are listed there, and also the calorie count, fat, carbs, and protein are all listed down there in the description area as well. For more information on our company, you can check out some of our other videos here on the channel, or you can check out our webpage at joesphenomenal.com. So until the next video, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.